Hey everybody, assisted living fans. Okay. I was going to say maybe this video was going to be titled, I'm going to give the show another chance this week. But I read over the episode synopsis and some news that some people told me, and this video is going to be like a mixed bag. I think they put out a trailer for this week's episode, but it wasn't worth showing, to be completely honest. But before going further, make sure you like the video, even if you don't like the show. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon and select all. That way you're notified whenever I post new content. And finally, follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. Okay, so first up, it's kind of funny because my series premiere title was Series Premiere Review, Where the Hell Were Mr. Brown and Cora? They weren't in the first two episodes. I did try to check IMDb. I couldn't find any information on what episodes they'll be in, how many episodes they'll be in. But based on the episode synopsis for 3 and 4, basically the two episodes we're getting on the 9th, Brown and Cora are not mentioned anywhere. Okay, so episode 3, Captain Crunch. Jeremy tries to convince Grandpa Vinny to renovate. Sandra and Philip speculate about why their parents seem to be in distress. Meanwhile, Philip stumbles upon information about Jeremy that sheds lights on their move to Georgia. I think it was mentioned he lost his job for some reason. I honestly forgot. Look, the show was, I don't know. Okay, number 4, assaulted. Jeremy thinks he might be a little too heavy-handed with Grandpa Vinny when Vinny calls the police to handle a matter at the living facility. And Leah warns Vinny that the police could find more than what he intends. Now, wasn't it at the the ending of episode 2 where Jeremy, it feels like I'm talking in a third person when I know I'm not. Didn't he punch his grandpa when he wasn't looking? And he's like, oh, I killed my grandpa. So it almost feels like these things should be switched around. But I'm pretty sure Leah is referencing the fact that Vinny has all that weed growing out in the back, so the cops won't come because, again, the episode is called Assaulted, which honestly makes more sense as episode 4. But then I go down to episode 5, which is the September 16th for the family. Sandra has a less than favorable reaction to her new circumstances. And then episode 6, the cleanup. Leah tries to convince Jeremy to call Mr. Brown for help. So, based on this information, which again, these synopses don't have to tell the full story, so I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like Brown and Cora are going to show up until week 3 or episode 16. Episode 6 airing on the 16th. And who's to say that Brown and Cora don't even show up until the last couple minutes of the episode, and then we have to wait until the 23rd to actually see Brown and Cora? Let me just say that so far, while I did give the cast praise, I'm not going to retract my statements. I think the two actors playing the teenagers are pretty good. There were some cringy moments, but overall, I thought they did just fine. Leah and Jeremy, I think their chemistry is really believable. Grandpa Vinny is funny, but then it gets a bit too vulgar at times just for the sake of being raunchy. But other than that, the show has potential. It's just that I don't feel like they're being given good material to work with. So it seems to me that the next 2 episodes we're getting this week are strictly going to be, the kids wondering why their parents are in such a rush to just move. And if you go back to my review, I said this show has a flimsy plot in regards to why Jeremy and Leah are just uprooting from what was it, Ohio or Chicago? Or was it Ohio? I forgot where they were from. And then to move to Georgia. They vaguely talked about him not having a job or something like that, but it didn't seem like a strong enough premise to just uproot and then expect your kids to just be okay with it. Because I get it, they're not the parents, they're not the ones paying bills, but at the end of the day, it makes no freaking sense. And then also the fact that he's going to try to convince his grandpa to renovate, and I'm thinking, why wouldn't his grandfather want to renovate, considering he was the one that took his inheritance to buy this rinky-dink retirement? I don't know. But we'll see. But like I said, I just don't think the cast is strong enough, especially the material, to carry the show without Brown and Cora, which again, I'm going to try to hang in there to see when Brown and Cora show up and to see if they can even save the show. I don't know, because think of it this way. Most of the material so far has been revolved around the rinky-dink retirement home. Now, let's say they do fix it up, which based off the theme music or the theme opening, they will fix it up. I'm going to assume that with the retirement home all fixed up, there'll be new characters, kind of like the boarding house on Meet the Browns, except these characters will probably mostly be, older characters. I mean, that's not to say they might not have like younger family members who come in to visit them every now and then. Like maybe you can have a love interest for the teenagers or some along those lines. But overall, not impressed so far. So again, Brown and Cora are most likely not going to show up until next week or at the very latest episode 6. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts on assisted living. I saw a couple of people said that they liked the show. And again, everybody's entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to fault you for what you like and, versus what I don't like. I'm just trying to see, like, what is it about the show that you liked about the first 2 episodes? I mean, honestly, I did give it some praise, but overall, I'm like, it was totally skippable. It honestly had one of the worst starts to any Tyler Perry show that I've seen. I mean, even the Paynes had the original cast for the first 3 episodes, so their first outing was halfway decent. But when it comes to assisted living, when you have a show that heavily shows, Brown and Cora, it's like that awful movie. What was it called? Cats, right? Cats, the one with like Jason Derulo, Idris Elba, and a lot of other famous people, Rebel Wilson, and then Taylor Swift was like in all these different trailers. But I never watched the movie, but I did see a couple of reviews because they were hilarious. No, hilarious. I'm not gonna go that route. Like Taylor Swift was all in the promotion, but they were like, you know what Taylor Swift did in all those commercials? That's literally her screen time. She comes in, does a song, sprinkles like this magical catnip, and then that's the last time you see her. That's how I feel about Brown and Cora. It's like they're in heavy rotation, they're in all these trailers and whatnot. But now it's like you're telling me we gotta wait possibly 5+ episodes for them to even show up. That's going to turn off a lot of people. So I am very interested to see what the ratings are going to be for the show this week, and I will definitely touch base after we find out. But yeah, with that being said, we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out. I honestly don't see this show lasting. I feel like this is going to go the route of the Paynes, where the show might, play all the episodes that are filmed, but then that will be it. Like they will order no more episodes because my gosh. So like I just recorded a video about Tyler Perry's mansion. Even though I don't like the quality of these shows at all, the man is building a mansion and I'm sitting in an apartment. So that tells you right there, what the hell do I know? So make sure if you would like to donate so I can get a mansion, hit me up on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. This is video number 6 that I'm recording, the last one for the day, and I will talk to you all soon.